Yeah, true. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Spiritual Business Spotlight. Today, Alexandra Karakopoulou and I. Hello, Alexandra.
Hello there.
Hey. So we are going to be talking about what's in store in the month of October by zodiac sign. So for each zodiac sign. So Alexandra, why don't you tell them, introduce yourself to the crowd, let us know.
Hello there, I'm Alexandra Karakopoulou, as my Greek name. As for all of those who know me, you know I'm Greek. I'm broadcasting live with my spiritual sister, Sue, from Athens. Yes, that's right. And we don't have a really nice weather these days. It's a bit colder, really. And we're not going for a swim now in Athens. So I'm a psychological astrologer, and I'm fascinated by zodiac signs, as you can understand, about the souls, lost or not. I don't care. And yes, and also the spiritual world where I also live in like about many years. So back to you, Susan.
Thank you. Let's see here if I can get us laid out right. And my name is Ellis-Saller. I am the founder of Spiritual Business Spotlight. I am a tarot card reader, and I work with intuition and helping people connect with their intuition through cards, through messages that come up from nature and the surrounding environment. And I also run the Spiritual Business Spotlight. Hi,
Leslie. Hi.
And which is a magazine dedicated to spiritual and sensitive entrepreneurs and their work. So welcome, everybody.
Hello. Welcome. So happy to be here again in this interesting month, of course. We skipped September. I mean, we were on vacations. We needed some time to relax. But October, happy month, everybody. Also, it's the 1st of October. So we're broadcasting from the first day in the month, the new month. So October is also very interesting. And I would say it starts interesting because we already have retrograde Mercury and Jupiter. These are very important planets. I mean, Jupiter, this is the planet of wealth, health, and let's say luck. It gives luck and it opens doors. And Mercury, as you know, is the communicative planet. So communication is not at the best, I would say, now. And it stays, both of them stay retrograde until the 18th of October. So people, don't sign contracts. If you have to sign contracts, please be careful what you're signing, what you're writing. There are going to be obstacles, small obstacles, big obstacles. Don't worry, misunderstandings, the communications are not so good. New openings are not so, let's say, big favored. You have to be really careful and be careful of what you're saying, where you're going. I mean, also, whatever you choose to be, wherever you chose to be, if you travel. Let's say there are going to be delays, so don't worry, everything's going to be back in normal until the 18th. We'll have that scenery, and after that, it's going to be better. This is the first thing to be careful of. Yeah, I know. Ooh, and then we have also a new moon and a full moon. I mean, we have a new moon on the 6th of October in Libra. Well, Libra usually has to do with relationships. That means it may favor some of you to open new doors to relationships or to have discussions, but you have to be careful because even if you're discussing and you feel it's going good, maybe there are some obstacles there on the communication side because of these retrograde planets that we talked about. And the full moon on the 20th in Aries, in this impulsive sign, zodiac sign, this is going to be a fiery, let's say, an explosive moon. And it's not the best moon you can get. But I'm going to speak about it in every sign separately.
And what date was that again? I'm sorry, I didn't catch the date.
The full moon comes on the 20th.
Okay.
20th of October. So it's going to be, there are other planets coming together and they have this explosive scenery. And we're going to see a lot of things happening. We already see in all over the world. And actually it has to do a lot of things with the political scene. It's not going to be easy. And geopolitical, that means that also whatever has to do with climate change, with sudden changes in the climate, with earthquakes, explosions, rain, tornadoes, fire, everything. But it didn't start now. We are in the middle of the process. Okay, let's say that. We didn't talk about it in September, but it really started from many months ago, and it's gonna have a high, and I guess it's gonna be December, but I'm not 100% sure. November is gonna be also very hard, but we're gonna talk about it. Yeah.
Okay, well, with the way that this, because remember the last time in August when we met, there was the big fire going on, and you were wondering if you were going to be evacuated from your building, actually. So it seems like more of the same, more of this geopolitical tension, more of the Earth showing her dissatisfaction, or just being normal. Honestly, I mean, these things happen. It's very natural. We've just been really lucky to have a calm period.
Yes, but it goes on until 2024. So we have, you see, the pandemic is still here. We are still facing problems, vaccinations, side effects, political, the politicians are going crazy. You see what's happening now, Afghanistan, Germany, England, France, crazy. Turkey, crazy. It's crazy. It's do you remember I was talking about the bomb which didn't explode yet?
Yes.
It's still ticking. It's still ticking.
Well, hopefully we can keep as calm as possible. And the card that came up for the month is also a fiery card, King of Wands, but it was reversed. So I see people kind of, and this is kind of the energy that I'm getting. There's a lot of shifts going on right now in people's lives, and a lot of space where people are figuring out, it's harvest time as well. So people are picking fruit, literal and figurative fruit, and also cutting back things that are not, flourishing and preparing for the next round of harvest. But you might actually feel, and I know a lot of people have been feeling just like overwhelmed and down, and unmotivated, really, as everything is kind of catching up with us in this period of time. And the days are getting colder, the nights are getting longer. So it's really a time to turn inward. And that's okay. Really, it's okay. You don't always have to be on the go and moving and doing and being. Sometimes it's really okay, but really be mindful about your energy expenditures. If you don't have to expend a whole bunch of energy, then save that energy for later. I think that, we've been kind of taught to always move forward and be doing, and there's no rest for us. But this month, I mean, I don't know if you've been feeling it, but just the veil has been thin. My intuition has been just going. And so it's okay to be quiet sometimes. It's okay to step back. And it's okay to kind of find a balance for yourself in those spaces.
You have to, it's really very interesting what you're saying, because this is exactly what retrograde Mercury and retrograde Jupiter does. This is exactly, you really described it perfectly, as you should be an astrologer like 100 years ago. Like, this is exactly what's happening. These are things that are very important. Everybody is scared, is afraid of retrograde. They see retrograde Mercury and say, oh, what the fuck, what's going to happen? No. Don't be afraid of that. It's a very good period to rethink, reorganize, recharge, step back, take a step back, and think over your decisions. Think over your position in life. Where am I now? Did I make the correct decision? Should I see it from another point of view, but alone? Or maybe with a person that really trusts your instincts, your guts, and it's a really close person that understands you and wants to talk to you and loves you also with your faults. You don't need a strong opinion now. The only strong opinion you really need now is your own. And this is the problem, because you feel distracted from all the things that are happening now because of this whole shifting, because of this energy shifting, because it's not like you go on with your life and you have this routine. You have to face also the global things that are happening around you. And it's not easy, because when something like this big happens, then you have the reaction from your field, let's say your family, your friends, your social environment. And this comes like a domino effect. So in order to keep all these things together and to save your soul as much as you can, is to, like Sue said, keep the balance. It's the only thing you can do. And also, you said it's a little bit blurry. It's like you said it's not so clear at the moment. Yes, it's not clear at the moment, because since the last month, Neptune is there and making aspects with almost all of the planets, and the aspects he's doing are not really the most positive ones. So that means that he throws a veil in front of your face. You see the truth, but you don't see it at once. You have to work hard to see the truth. That means you have to take all the veils, all the things that you see in front of you, and they're not giving you the clear picture. And you have to find it for yourself. And this takes energy, this takes time, yeah? And this takes sometimes pain. So you are 100% in the theme of the month, and not only that, this is the period. Exactly. Susan, perfect. Chapeau. Perfect.
Thank you very much.
Really, this is it. Actually, and this happens to all of us.
Yeah.
It's crazy, but it's true. I've had the feeling that since we started these lives, almost all the zodiac signs, almost all of them, are facing similar things because of the whole thing situation.
Right. And it's really cool, though, in some ways, because it really makes you understand how connected you are to the cycles of the earth and to all the planetary influences and to everything that's going on. So it's almost hard to deny it when everybody's kind of immersed in the same energy that's seasonal, that's hanging in these communal themes. It's not just about you. It is, in a way, it's just about you, but your experience is a reflection of the experience of the whole right now, and it's very, very obvious.
And big.
Yeah.
It's really big. Something really big is happening. I think now we start to understand and to feel how big it is. Because the first shock passed, and then there came the truth came out. Okay, the truth. I don't think it really came out like 100%. Let's say a small piece of the truth, a small piece of the puzzle, because it's bigger than us. It's much bigger than us.
Right. And it's bigger than one truth, too. I mean, truth is a multi-dimensional thing.
Of course.
So,
Truth. Oof. It's not easy. It's not easy, and you have to be really strong and to make like correct decisions. This is the hardest part. I mean, how can you make a correct decision when everything is like falling apart?
Well, and it goes back to what you were saying too, is going through that pain and really reconnecting with who you are and what you want, and allowing yourself to be your own guide. So that's a part of it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It takes courage, it takes strength, it takes time, and yeah, time is. I think if you respect time, you know how it goes. Time is really important for me in my life personally. I always thought that time is the most precious gift, maybe after life itself. I don't know. This is how I always had it in my mind. And I forget it. I remember it only in hard times like now.
Yeah, but I think it was a good reminder for a lot of people too. It was really, it kind of set us back on our booties and sit down, figure out what's important. Yeah.
So should we start with the zodiacs? Are you
Sure.
ready? Okay. Let's start with Aries. Aries, impulsive sign. My God, you're so impulsive, but I love you so much. So this is a transient period. I mean, changes and plenty of reviews under the program. You see, we talked about recharging, rethinking. Everything has its reason and its time. You can realize now how should you keep the correct distance, the appropriate distance from issues that are really important. The good and lucky Jupiter returns on the 18th of the month to his normal right course position, and so slowly and steadily everything returns. This is what the communicative Mercury does in order to finally restore and the flow of the things. Everything has to flow again after the 18th. The dynamic Mars in front of you spoils you a little bit here and there, and mainly your interpersonal relationships. Maybe it brings that unique relationship you were waiting for. Who knows? The new moon on October 6th in the diplomatic Libra favors new beginnings for you and discussions, but you should be careful because of the retrograde, as we spoke before. The full moon on the 20th of the month in your zodiac sign, together with Mars and the transforming Pluto, make the climate explosive and tensions are created. Stay back a little bit. You will need it. Yep.
Very interesting. So,
I know.
the card that I got for Aries for the month of October is the Seven of Cups. So this means that there are lots of decisions to be made. So this is a card of decision paralysis. So making these decisions and really wanting to make sure that you're making the right decision for you. But as we know, any decision you make is the right one for the time being. So probably don't get so hung up on what it is that you want or what it is that your choice is, but actually kind of try and feel into those choices and allow your real desires to be what helps you. And if none of the options are the right option, then choose nothing. That's a choice as well.
Ooh, so it matches as always. Yep.
Exactly.
So let's go on with Taurus. So you feel like you breathe easier this month, my stable Taurus. All the lights fall on your daily life and business issues. You think all the time. My God, you will burn your head at the end. Transitional also this period, and you review everything and everyone, and you have existential issues that have no end. I know, but this lucky Jupiter and the communicative Mercury will turn finally on the 18th of the month. So be patient. You're going to see a white day, as we say in Greek, so that means you're going to see the light in the tunnel at the end of the tunnel. Do not give up your dreams. This is not a time for defeatism. The new moon on the October 6th in the diplomatic Libra favors discussions and contacts with good friends. The full moon on the 20th in the impulsive Aries sheds light on your psychology, your good or bad psychology, your inner feelings, by ringing the healing bell. That means that it's time maybe to heal yourself, to listen to yourself more, Because if you do not take care of yourself, who else do you expect to do it for you?
And that's interesting. That's such a Venus topic anyway. Yeah.
Oh.
And I got the Four of Pentacles, and this is a card that is about, finding stability in the material world. And so this can be focusing on health and well-being, but make sure also that, and it's also about finding financial security. I will say that, but also make sure that you're not giving up other topics in order to focus solely on one thing. Or for example, if your quest for money, making extra, time at work or whatever is really infringing on your health, then it's time to kind of step back and focus on what your priorities are, what's important to you, especially on the physical realm.
Yeah, because I said also this is also business issues at the beginning.
Yeah.
So it can be focused there because you need the strength to face things. Of course, it's not possible to face it otherwise. Yeah, Taurus. And we go to Gemini. You seem to be having a good time this month, my communicative Gemini. Okay, lucky Jupiter and your ruler Mercury may be retrograde until the 18th of October, but they return dynamically and put everything in its place. Okay, I know you have now confusion a bit, delays and misunderstandings, but they are going to be over. So don't lose your energy and don't lose your spontaneity. I mean, you need that. We love that of you. We love that. Never lose it. Okay, all the plans are going to come, okay, and they're going to get in the way again, and ambitions and everything is there. But you have a big need for companionship, and this becomes more and more intense. So pay attention to the wrong moves and choices out of necessity. So be careful. Do not believe everything you hear. Keep a small basket. The new moon on October 6th in the diplomatic Libra brings love and flirtation, but also words in the air. So be careful. Not everything that's gold is really gold. The full moon on the 20th of the month in the impulsive Aries brings you to the fore and makes you very popular. New perspectives are open in front of you, but as we said before, be careful.
Very interesting. So yeah, and especially with Mercury retrograde and how that affects Gemini.
It's the ruler of Gemini.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
So, and this kind of goes along with that theme of not all that glitters is gold, because the star reversed is showing me that, sometimes you can hope and wish for things, and hope can be a double-edged sword. So I really think it's time for Gemini to get really honest with him or herself about what's going about what's going on in their life, what is truly realistic, and what's happening. Sometimes letting go of hope for one thing, a specific thing, a specific person, a specific outcome, leaves you more opportunities for different things to come in your life. So if Gemini, you've been really hoping or praying or wishing for a specific thing, maybe you need to let that go for a little while and open up the arena to allow different things to come into your life. Because I feel like, I don't want to say hope is lost, because that's not the idea that I'm trying to, but sometimes reality is a better anchor.
Yes.
For your time and your energy and really evaluating the way you want to go forward.
They really need to face reality really hard.
Exactly. And just to interject, I am using the Light Seers Tarot today from Chris Ann. This is my favorite deck to work with right now. It's really very modern, really connectable. So just to let people know and to give the author and the artist credit for us using her work here. So.
Perfect. I love this deck. This is a beautiful deck.
Me too. I love it.
So we go on to Cancer. You have family issues a lot. I see your family life is really on the fore, and you really want to catch up everything as much as you can this month. My sensitive Cancer. Arrangements may not be what you like, and everyday life may have plenty of delays and obstacles, but be patient and you will be rewarded. The lucky Jupiter and communicative Mercury, yes, they return to the right course. You're going to be sick of me listening to that, me saying that, because this is the main event. But until the 18th, you have to be patient, okay? Everything will normalize afterwards. Their transforming Pluto is in front of you also, and he creates small, steady, underground changes in your interpersonal relationships. That means that they don't come to the surface, so they're hidden in the background. Be careful of your decisions because they can bring a final separation on a very strong crisis. So this is an alert thing. The new moon on October 6th in the diplomatic Libra can bring sudden changes in business or everyday life. So be aware. And the full moon on the 20th of October in the impulsive Aries brings dilemmas between career and family. So what do you choose?
And we know Cancer, so I can put a bet on that one. So,
yes, no.
The card that came up today is the Page of Swords. This means new, fresh ideas and perspectives are going to be part of the month for you, Cancer. This might also relate to a young person who's full of ideas, but really naive and young and unexperienced, we'll say, in life. So sometimes you have to let that fresh perspective enter into things, and especially if you feel like you've been brooding or being really heavy, this is like a breath of fresh air coming in to your life, either through a person, a younger person, or through a shift in perspective in the way you see things. So I think that Cancer might be able to pull themselves out of this, but they just need maybe to try looking at things from a different angle, get out of the shell.
And not see the surface, but underneath it. Very important. And we go to Leo. Tension, whining, aggressive mood. And I didn't mention it all. There's more to come. You face it already from the beginning of the month, my glowing Leo. Even the good ones, the good things that are happening, you don't really believe it. And you keep a small basket and you check the news like from 100 sides. You don't believe anything anymore. You have irritation, I know. Your free time is limited and you feel tied to a situation that is not involving anymore. Be patient. With the dynamic Mars in the diplomatic Libra, the only solution is to find balances. Balance is the magic word. Your personal life is not really favored at the moment, not as you like. But the good Jupiter and communicative Mercury return to their right course finally on the 18th of the month, and the bones are broken like one after the other. That means that all the chains are going to be broken, but step by step. The deck is dealt again, and the game continues. The new moon on October the 6th in the diplomatic Libra brings developments on a personal and overall level. In all the levels of life, actually. The full moon on the 20th of the month in the impulsive Aries leads you to make the wrong decisions. Really, I'm so sorry to say that. And you are really called to be very, very careful. So beware of deceptions.
That's interesting because I get the Nine of Swords reversed for them. So this means they're really wanting to stand down. They're so tired of fighting and putting in the effort and energy, and they just want a break. Like, finally, would you, So part of this, Leo, is putting your own sword down. You don't have to rush into every battle that you're invited to. So if you want less of this explosive dynamic, or if you want to temper the fires, then don't add fuel. Okay.
They have a really hard time. Leos, I know you have a really hard time for a long time now, but this month is like brain dead. Like, I know that when you say to somebody, be patient, it's the worst thing you can hear. You don't want to hear it, be patient. What's that? Life is going so fast. I don't live alone in the mountains and having my sheep and I don't know, goats and chickens, and I'm like alone and I say a word like in every 2 hours. Life is going, and when you say to somebody who's busy, who's stressed, who has a lot of things to see and to face, and you say to him, be patient, they will say, I'm so sorry.
Right?
Really? It's true. And I know when I say or write, be patient, I know that deep inside myself, I see people that are cursing. That is the only way. I'm so sorry.
Well, it's like discussing divine timing with people. It's just like patience, or, grant me serenity now.
Sorry, I cannot do anything. So we go on to Virgo, my ascendant. This is this beautiful sign. Well, financial issues and family stuff are in the spotlight this month. My organizational Virgo. Communication, daily life, jobs, transactions are not easy during this time, and you know why. You experience anger, and the pocket is almost empty. I know. The first interval of October is for strong nerves, but something tells me that you will succeed. You need a lot of attention to the deceptions, to the decisions, to the movements in general. The lucky Jupiter and communicative Mercury return to their correct course. Finally, on the 18th of the month, and it seems that everything will go smooth again. No matter how transient the scenario is, please do not lose your optimism. You need peace of mind at work and hobbies that make you smile now. You really need it. The new moon October 6th in the diplomatic Libra can bring you a new source of income. Interesting. This is something you need, you really need. The full moon on the 20th in the impulsive Aries invites you to pay more attention to your finances. Again, the finances. So take your precautions. Yep.
Everybody didn't see me cringing like this when I picked the card for
yeah.
I just went to underline or underscore where you were talking about, try to keep your motivation, because this is the Page of Wands reversed. So this is, the passion of a new idea, that first spark of excitement is lacking this month. And they're just going to have a hard time, kind of getting going and really keeping everything rolling. But if you're aware that this is going to be an issue, then you can schedule these things in, or you can reach out for help, or you can, try to make sure that, it's just a phase. It's just a down cycle. Your passion will return. You will feel motivated and inspired again, but it's probably not going to be in October. Sorry.
You know why I'm laughing, huh? This is my ascendant.
Yeah.
Before, I know, pretty things are coming. I feel them already. I'm like in a hole.
Yeah.
Okay, and I motivate myself. This is the only thing you can do. I'm so sorry. Virgos or Virgo ascendant, because as we spoke before, we have to read both.
Yes.
Our ascendant, our horoscope, our sun, the zodiac sign, our ascendant, and if you know that you have many planets to Libra or many planets in Scorpio or many planets somewhere, you have to also read the signs that are also talking about this. You have to read everything. Then we go to Libra. Developments for you this month of your birthday. This is your birthday month, my diplomatic Libra. The retrograde Mercury, yes, I know, confused your everyday life and put a break on work, blows up your plans. I mean, has blown up your plans with delays, but it all ends October 18th when he returns with Jupiter to the right path. Ta-da! Finally, of course. In all that is happening, the dynamic Mars comes, throws a little oil in the fire, and takes your good mood for granted and says, okay, you're going to do it. But you do not need to give up. Hold on tight. Your good friend Venus and your planet, your ruler, Venus, is near and will calm the spirits and give smiles she should. The new moon on October 6th in your zodiac sign gives you opportunities and new beginnings, but only for a short time. Yeah, I know how this sounds, but only for a short period of time. You're going to know. The full moon on the 20th in the impulsive Aries brings you irritation, hypersensitivity, nervousness, and exaggeration. It's explosive for you. It would be good to throw it out. I mean, everything out. Go on a walk, going out, cook a nice meal for your friends, eat. You know, when it's raining and it will pass. Yes. A comment? Yes.
So I have to say, master your thoughts. That's what came up at the end of that when you were saying, you know, everything at the end. You have to become the master of your thoughts. And because the King of Swords came up. And so this is generally, you know, being at the top of your game intellectually, really having balanced thoughts about things. This could also be in the form of a person coming into your life. Hopefully you don't need to reach out to a lawyer or an expert doctor or scientist or something like that, which is really interesting when you think about that we're in Libra and this is, you know, the card of high intellect coming into this month. But yeah, as you were talking, Alexandra, the thing that came to mind is master your thoughts. Be the master of your thoughts. And when you have control over your thoughts in your mind, you can make little shifts in your life. And I think that's what Libra really needs this month.
Yeah, it's not easy, but it can happen. Shifts, yes. And even if it's a very good year for Libra in general. It's a good year for Libra. I mean, they take back a lot of things that they sowed, they harvest now. But it's October, you know, retrogrades, planets, and yeah, you have to be careful. And now we go to Scorpio. Both Scorpios, ladies in the house, you know, yeah. Well, yes. How can I say that? It's an erotic month. Really. I don't hear you laughing. Yes. It begins like erotic, my secretive Scorpio. Yeah, plural. Tension in relationships. Yeah. And carelessness in finances. It's a combination that kills, so pay attention. You feel insecure. I know. You carry a relative innocence and you get carried away by the desires of others easier than ever. Say no to what you do not want and do not think of what others think. I know, I'm saying it loud to hear it. I know, for me to hear it. Whoever loves you will understand. The planet of life lesson Saturn returns to its right course on the 11th of the month, and it brings a little problems in the family. Maybe you should take care of a person that's older in your family that's old. Pay attention to the background and the rumors that circulate until the communicative Mercury passes back to its right course together with Jupiter on the 18th of the month. The perspective will be favored again. The good things are going to come again. So, okay. The new moon on October 6th in diplomatic Libra does not favor decisions and discussions so much. So stay calm. Don't talk too much. And it does not, it does not affect you 100%, but you should be careful of who are you talking to and what you're saying. The full moon on the 20th of the month in impulsive Aries brings a little irritation and nervousness. Beware of hidden enemies. They are waiting for you in the darkest places. Yep.
Oh, you made me cringe. At first, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm totally feeling that energy of everything that you're talking about. And so I was just like, And I got the full reversed, which kind of underlines and underscores all of this. You know, Scorpio, it's not time to take those leaps of faith right now. It's time to buckle up. It's time to just continue going forward, to be a little bit more cautious even than usual. Because right now you just don't have the space, or the energy and the stars are not aligned in a way that favors, you know, those random leaps of faith right now. And so really return to what you know works. Make a concerted effort to be stable, to be solid, to not gossip, to watch out for yourself. We secret Scorpios know when something's going on. So if there is that enemy in the background coming out of the corner, it's likely, Scorpio, that you know who it is. And you know that that person is there. So it's up to you then to mitigate your response and also to protect your energy from advances, or to keep yourself from that Scorpio explosive anger that might get you into a little bit of trouble, and especially when it comes to this family finances and friendships area. So buckle up, Scorpio. Buckle up.
Nicely said.
Thank you.
To be done, but yeah, you feel the energy. I feel it too. It's exhausting. It's like soaking up, taking all the energy back. Exhausting.
Yeah. And that just reminded me, like, okay, whew,
same to me. Sagittarius, the month of October finds you busy, my traveling Sagittarius. Social events, friends, walks, visit. I cannot find you anywhere. I cannot catch up with you. Of course, we do not forget that until the 18th of the month, communicative Mercury and Spiky Jupiter are in a retrograde course where they create for a while more delays, misunderstandings, obstacles, and relative upset at all the levels. A breath of fresh air is needed, I know. But it seems like the eroticism you feel is going to be favored anyway, and everything is possible. Look at that. Do you think maybe we will see an engagement ring in your hand, or a wedding ring on? Who knows? I don't know. The dynamic Mars is set to bother you a little bit until the end of the month and put small obstacles in your family life. So you see how plus minus all is. It's like craziness. Look to overcome rivalries and friendly squabbles, and you will be rewarded. Yeah, some obstacles are there in the friendships. The new moon on October 6th in the diplomatic Libra favors new acquaintances on the other side. This is a crazy month for you, Sagittarius. The full moon on the 20th in the impulsive Aries puts you in the spotlight and makes you the center of attention. But be careful how you manage your energy. Yep.
Interesting. Well, I got justice for Sagittarius. So this is talking about balance. It's talking about actual legal justice coming your way. It's also talking about taking the viewpoints of everyone into consideration around you. So sometimes I know Sagittarius tends to be off in their own kind of world. But right now it might be time for you to come to center and try and see the perspectives of everybody around you. And so it creates a more harmonious opportunity for everybody who's involved. It's not that you don't have to be, not that you can't be yourself and be your fun character and just be that traveling person, but also I think it's important for Sagittarius this month to really take consideration of others and their feelings and how that all works together and balances within their life.
You know, they're a fiery sign, they have fire. And fire signs at this moment with Mars in very strategically hard, serious positions doesn't help. And every fiery sign has a bit of an issue this month. The fire signs are feeling unstable, but I think we all feel unstable this month. Almost everyone, but there is a reason behind that.
Yeah,
everything will get better. Capricorn, my husband now. This is not my fiance anymore. So because I got married. So this month has professional challenges for you, my workaholic Capricorn. I live with that every day, really. I can assure you. Yes, you want to promote your work, to become famous if it gets, to set up what you had imagined until today. But you also know that this road is not paved with rose petals. Keep it in mind. Hard work and insisting on the goals are weapons that you will need to finally succeed. But you do not need to make serious professional decisions yet. Do not listen to extreme promises, at least for now, until the communicative Mercury and lucky Jupiter are coming in the right path again on October 18th. So does the lucky Jupiter, as I told you. It will make your life easier after that. Your feelings are not at their best since you do not say what you feel. Speak, get it out of you. The new moon on October 6th in the diplomatic Libra can bring a very interesting professional proposal, which you are called to think it over. Very good. The full moon on the 20th in the impulsive Aries creates a relative nervousness, but you should not pay more attention than necessary. So loosen up. Speak.
Nice. So I also get that they are going to need to leave their little shell. So the Hermit comes up reversed. And in order to experience this level of success that you're talking about, to promote themselves, to gain ground, they have to go and talk to people. They can't isolate themselves. They can't pull back into that comfy little Capricorn corner that is like home, comfort, security, stability, get lost in work. It's not, I mean, it is time to get lost in work, but this is working your network. You know, this is taking the time and bumping elbows with the right people and, you know, schmoozing, really. Putting yourself out there, being more forward and a part of the crowd rather than, you know, nose down, always working.
I feel that every day. I'm experiencing every day this thing. It's a path that has no return, but Aquarius is not well known for expression. They don't express themselves easily.
Capricorn.
They're inward. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And especially, yeah, but especially I think too that they have to feel comfortable and fully, you know, kind of
trust. They should trust the other person or the people around them, and then they speak. They are like they speak again, and you don't believe that. You don't believe your ears, your eyes. You say, "What happened? This is a different person. This is yeah." Yes, we know. And we go to Aquarius. October brings many opportunities for you, my area Aquarius. Do not be seduced by the over-optimism that characterizes you, because you can smash your face in the wall. Wait a while, hold on back until the lucky Jupiter and the communicative Mercury return to the proper course on the 18th of the month. The subversive Uranus, of course, continues to shake your plans in the air, but it is not as intense as it was before. The good Saturn, who is responsible for the important life lessons. Okay, interruption. Oh, Leslie, be careful. Yes, roll on the 18th. Yeah, perfect. So, as I was saying, the subversive Uranus, of course, continues to shake your plans in the air, but it is not as intense as it was before. It is like Saturn, who is responsible for the important life lesson, brings you face to face with your choices. However, I see positive things are happening in the near future. Traveling, studies, contacts with loved ones that you haven't seen for a while, legal issues, all these are favored after the middle of the month. This is nice. The new moon on October 6th in the diplomatic Libra favors the changes, but it is good to leave time to do its work. The full moon of the 20th of the month in impulsive Aries brings out a strong dynamism, but also several contradictions. So everything is a matter of balance.
Ooh, nice. So I got the Empress reversed for them. So they really have to kind of go back to the drawing board. Things are not ready to fully be come into the world, be idealized. And they also need to watch how they're taking care of themselves. I feel like they might not be nurturing themselves. They might not be nurturing the people around them. They might be kind of lost in a little bit of a different space and time right now. And it might be time to really focus inward instead of outward and bring that energy back into taking care of yourself. And like I said, going back to the drawing board, that's not always a bad thing. You know, sometimes you need to revise a plan. Sometimes you need to work on things a little bit more. And sometimes you just need more time, more healing, more, more nurturing even to be in the right place for things to fully move forward.
This is really important. And I've seen Aquarius is also a very independent sign. And everybody who has aspects or planets in Aquarius knows that. It's a very independent sign. So think about, hey, Therese, hello. Nice to see you there. Well, Aquarius is like, it's not easy when they find somebody who tells them, no, it's not happening now. You have to wait. You have to be patient. You have to get your dynamism, your energy back. Not happening. But they're in a much better position than they were before. It gets better for them.
Good.
And now we go to the last, but not least, Pisces. So October is full of contradictions for you, my dreamy Pisces. I know. On the one hand, you live the ultimate dream. And on the other hand, the absolute emotional slump. No. The financial things, generally the legal things, they're not favored until the landscape is cleared. And you know why. Patience until the lucky Jupiter and the communicative Mercury pass on the correct course on the 18th of the month. So no matter how many appointments are postponed, they will be back on track. Everything will be back on track. Luck can finally come back to you. Your sensual Venus stimulates your selfishness. This is not bad. And transformative Neptune blurs your waters a little bit, so pay attention to words and deeds. The new moon on October 6th in the diplomatic Libra favors traveling and new beginnings, even meeting with friends. The full moon on the 20th in the impulsive Aries creates financial problems that you are called to solve. The challenges do not stop. But when you decide to face the truth face to face, you always come out as a winner. Don't forget that. Yep.
I love that because it fits so well. What you just said, that last part, can you repeat that last part? Because it fits.
Good, huh?
Yes, justice comes up. And this is kind of underscoring that last point that you made. And it is a time this card came up for, let's see, Sagittarius as well. But it is a time of balance. It is a time of fairness. It is a time to reflect on how other people and their emotions fit into the entirety of the situation. And dreamy Pisces once is so nostalgic, is so, kind of focused on this beautiful, lovely world that they'd like to create for themselves. And sometimes their version of reality and what other people want around them is a little not lined up. So just a little bit. So make sure that you're taking everybody else's thoughts and ideas into consideration. Watch that justice, because ultimately it will come out. And that's what you said, Alexandra, and this is what the card said. It's just really finding that also the internal balance and the trust in the universe that everything will come into alignment and everything will work out. And just to give it that time and faith to fully find equilibrium. I picked this up in Greece. Yeah, I think ultimately it will work out. It's just patience.
As we said, this is correct word, but it's a word that makes a lot of fuss and makes us fury. But I have a feeling that this October is so transformative. It plays a role of transformation. It's a transformative month because after a little bit of the middle of the month, you have this rethink, reorganize, recharge, stay back, isolate if you wish. Think about the decisions. Make yourself clear, and then you get this boost again, and you go on. Yeah, now I will make a decision. Now we'll go out. Now we'll see my friends. Now we'll celebrate. And then you get this full moon on the 20th, which is the tricky full moon. Tricky, but tricky not for yourself so much, but tricky because the situations that are going to happen around us, the news. I mean, people are almost afraid to listen to the news every day because you don't know what's going to come up.
Really? Yeah.
You don't know. It's really bad. And this sudden changes that happened 2 years now, almost 2 years, almost 1.5 year, 2 years. For how long? And everybody's saying, for how long? For how long? For how long? Patience,
Right.
stability, balance. But it's easier to say than to practice it. I know it from me. I have a hard time finding balance. I have a really hard time finding balance. It's not easy. And we're not all of us gurus or Master Yoda. It's not easy. I wish sometimes I would be Master Yoda, but I'm not. So,
but maybe that is, when you think about what's coming up, is channel that energy, channel that, everything happens for a reason, and we're all here and in this time and space, and also really settle into a more positive mindset and envision the most positive outcome, because they always say shoot for the stars and you'll end up at the moon anyway or whatever. So we're in a place where we have the opportunity to change things, but it's like you said, it's like ignoring, I don't want to say ignore the news completely, but really ignoring that doom gloom division kind of stuff and start focusing on what it is a transformative time. It is almost Scorpion time. So right now we are getting things in order to spur those changes, in order to make space for that transformative energy to occur. And that's where Scorpio is. And that's, the death of one thing and the beginning of another thing. And that's what we're coming into right now. So if we decide to channel Yoda and just be like, we're here. I can't even,
I channel, you see, Darth Vader at the moment.
Channel him. Do we need to channel Darth?
It's my favorite character. So
I know.
I love him. Hello. But I love him because he is light and shadow in one.
Yeah. And we all are.
Yeah. This is why I love him, because he really made this big journey. For me, it's the best symbol I have in life. He was in a good place before, and then he got dark, and then he tried, and at the end he died because his son killed him, because he let him kill him in order to exhale.
Yeah.
I love this character.
And that's such a great, almost, I'm all philosophizing now, because that's a great idea of what's going on in our own worlds in some ways too, is that it was okay, then it went and then now we're in the redemptive phase of things and the resorting and figuring things out again. So I think it's a really interesting time, not only for horoscopes and not only with Mercury retrograde, but also overall and in general. And this, it all goes back to the themes that we were talking about in January, where everything is shifting. And this is just the beginning. This is just the first step in a path, in a process. So, yeah.
You see, it's happening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Unbelievable journey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you see. That's it for today.
Yeah. So, and I will have everything up on the YouTube channel if you want to watch the replay, or that is already up and ready to roll. It records over there at the same time. I will put everything onto the Spiritual Business Spotlight page as well. So every month I take it over there. And we are opening the Spiritual Business Spotlight community to this month. So there's a seekers community and a community for spiritual entrepreneurs. So that's going to be opening up. I'll put the link in the show notes and in the YouTube channel. And Alexandra and I have been talking about getting her on to teach an astrology course. And she did that course last year. So I'm really excited about that. And just everybody, connect with your heart, connect with your higher power, have patience, and do your best. That's all you can do. I have to say like this, my crystals are over there. I can't get them right now. So,
yay! Without love, we're lost. We're lost. Only love will save the day. And music, of course. But love also.
And music, of course. Yes.
And music, of course.
And just a little bit of patience. Oh, we need just to do.
Yes, crazy ladies in the house. Again. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you, Teresa. And thank you for everybody who came and joined us today. And we will see you hopefully next month. And first Friday, as usual. We'll talk soon. Take care. Bye.
Thank you so much. Kisses. See you next month. Bye.
Bye.